Welcome back to Awesome Autographs and More, episode number 180. Okay, today we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 returns, but they're not all successes. We have, I believe, 8 successful returns and 3 other things, which we will go over. We're going to start with item number 1, which was a fail. It is a 0 of 4 from Mr. Mark Staal, sent to him in care of the New York Rangers, and it obviously got opened and the cards put back in my return envelope and sent back to me. So I got my cards back and I got the envelope, which is useless. Okay, next up is a return to sender from Mr. Bobby Wine, former Major League Baseball player. 0 for 3 success, which I have had success with him at this address before, so I'm going to have to take a look and see. It says there's no such address on the yellow label, and it is what it is, unless I wrote something down incorrectly or what have you. But either way, I'll look that up and figure out what's going on. Next up is a success. We have a 4 for 4 success in 14 days from former Major League Baseball player. I'm running out of space here. Mr. Jesse Orosco. Mr. Orosco signed this 1986 Topps card with the Mets. The 1988 Topps card with the Mets. The 1990 Donruss card with the Indians. Score a point for the Battle of the Teams. And then he signed a 1990 Leaf card. I think I already have him in my set, though, so that's maybe an extra one. Next up, former Major League Baseball player, 3 of 3 success in 54 days, Mr. Frank Duffy. Nicely signed this 1971 Rookie Stars Reds card. The benefit to this is Mr. Wilcox is going to be at the National this summer in the VIP signing program, so I will get this signed, this double signed. And that is with the Reds. Then he signed this nice Topps card, which is, where'd my magnifying glass go? I knew I had it. Oh, I covered it up. Indians, point number 2. We have 2 cards here, actually, from the Indians. This one looks better. Came out nicer. That is Mr. Frank Duffy. Next up, a 4 of 4 success in 16 days from Mr. Jerry Reed. And Mr. Reed played from 1981 to 1990 with, actually started with Philadelphia, then Cleveland, Seattle, and Boston. And this becomes point number 3 for Battle of the Teams. We have a 1990 Fleer, 1990 Leaf, Again, another one. I think I already have one. And the 1991 Fleer, Mr. Jerry Reed. And next, we have a 4 of 4 success in 17 days from former Major League Baseball player, Mr. Pete O'Brien. 1986 Topps card. Then we have the 1980 Donruss card. Oops, sorry. My arms get a little bit lazy there sometimes holding the cards. And again, Indians, so point number 4 for the Battle of the Teams. A Donruss Rookies / Traded card from 1990. And the 1990 Fleer, also with the Indians. It's Mr. Pete O'Brien. Next up, we have a Major League Baseball former player. Kind of obvious. Whoops. And this is Mr. Scott Bales, also with the Indians. So we have a 5th point for Battle of the Teams. 1988 Topps, 1989 Topps, 1990 Fleer, and 1990 Topps, all with the Indians for Mr. Scott Bales. He also played for California and Texas. Okay, here's my interesting non-success return of the day. So, we have an envelope which came in. Looked very nice. Not a Cleveland one because there's no C in the green dot, so didn't lose a point this time. Postmark from Las Vegas. Turned it over, and it looked kind of frazzled, so I pulled it open. And it's like, it wasn't really sticking very much. So to me, that tells me it had gotten sealed and then opened. And when we looked inside, voila, there was nothing. Now, I did do some research into my spreadsheet to see if I could possibly figure out whose cards these were. I initially thought, oh no, Raleigh Fingers, but then I looked and noticed I had already gotten him. So this, as best I can tell, somebody went out of their way to get their hands on some Wayne Kirby autographed cards. Not sure that would be the one I'd go after, but that's my best guess right now. There's probably a couple of other options in there, but I did not see anything that was obvious. A couple of very northern Arizona ones. Sometimes those go through Vegas, so those are a possibility. But anyways, next up, and these came in Tuesday, Wednesday, and today. So today I'm starting with the ones from today. So I think Tuesday were the first 3. Wednesday, those 2, and the empty envelope came in. I think the return to sender came in on Tuesday also, and the Mark Staal came in on Monday. I may have reported that on the last video, but I never put it away, so it was sitting here waiting to be either announced or re-announced, as the case may be. Next up, we have a Major League Baseball player, 4 of 4 success in 47 days from Mr. Chris Hoiles. former Baltimore Orioles catcher. He played his entire career, about 10 seasons, I believe. Yeah, 89 through 98, so 10 seasons, all with the Baltimore Orioles. Mr. Chris Hoiles. I'm not sure if I'm getting the light very good on this or not, so let's see here. See if I can move this around a bit and maybe get a little bit more. That may be a little better. And I will go over the memorabilia that's in the background at the end today. Just figured changing it up. Not to mention I forgot to do it at the beginning. So Mr. Chris Hoiles on the 1991 score. On the 92 Flair. And this is either 94 Flair Ultra. Mr. Chris Hoiles. Next up is our first non-baseball return. Say 3 of 4 success in 37 days from former NBA player, Mr. Larry Krystkowiak. And for whatever reason, he kept one of the cards I sent. And I'm not even sure what it was. But I got this. We got this 91-92 Upper Deck, 92-93 Upper Deck, and an autograph card. Those are usually the ones they don't send back, so I'm not quite sure what I sent that he found intriguing enough to keep, but so be it. Last but not least, not by a long shot, this was a very important one for me. It is a 3 of 3 success in 10 days from former Major League Baseball player and Hall of Famer. Played from 1975 to 1998 for Cleveland, Boston, Chicago Cubs, Oakland, and St. Louis. Any guesses? Of course, Mr. Dennis Eckersley. The reflection on this is not going to show up very well. Let's see. Yeah, you're going to see me in the reflection, which I'm sure you're all interested in. But anyways, we got this nice then and now card. It has him in the forefront in his Indians uniform. And on the holographic part, there is an image of him in his Oakland uniform. I know you guys can't really see that. Then I got this, I think it's a 2000, probably 2000 or 1999 Fleer card from his last year in the league when he pitched his final year for Boston. Oddly enough, I've got a number of cards signed by him. This is the only one I have gotten signed of him that's in the Red Sox. So we'll have to work on getting some more Red Sox cards signed by him. And then this is a post-career card from like 2003 or something like that. It's an Upper Deck issue, special issue, Heroes of the Game. I don't know what it is, but it shows his entire career in the back here. And that, my friends, is Mr. Dennis Eckersley. And seeing that's a horizontal card, we'll give him 2 stands. Seeing I obviously put an extra one up there. That is all we have for today in terms of cards. Let's go into the memorabilia. We have 2 photos in the background, both quite old, actually. Not horribly old, like as in the 1950s or whatever. I want to say these were the Alk line. I'm pretty sure was signed in the late 1990s, and I think Ernie Banks was very early 2000s. I've gotten Ernie Banks several times, but I'm pretty sure this was one of the earlier ones that I got of him. Just because I love the picture with him with all the bats. It's like there's more bat there than there is him. And that was a cool pose of Mr. K-Line. So now we have 2 baseballs, as you can see, hidden there behind the cards now. Trying not to make this a nauseous event for you guys. Set this down nicely. Get it centered again. And we will go one at a time here. We have Mr. Stan Bonson. And this was signed in the 2003 National in Atlantic City. I think it was the first time the National went to Atlantic City, at least that I remember. And Mr. Bonson was one of the autographers there, probably in the VIP program, but I don't honestly remember. And this one was signed in the 2000 National in Anaheim, California, Mr. Wade Boggs. The ball has gotten quite brown over the years. I'm going to tip this a little bit so you can see it. But so be it. Technically, that brown is a good thing. In theory, that is every player. The ones that turn brown mean the players put the oils from their hands onto the ball, which means that's their DNA. So if anybody ever argues with that, it can be tested, I believe. Not to mention there's probably their fingerprints on it. But I figured I'll bring back Mr. Bonson here so you could see up close the signature. And this ball has stayed very nice. It's funny, the different balls. Some stay white as anything. I mean, and these are both, 22 and 25 years old. And there's a huge difference between the two of them. And that's true with a lot of the other ones I have as well. But anyways, that's it for today. I want to thank you all for watching. Thank all of these athletes for their autograph. They are super duper for doing this for us. And most of these guys have been exceptionally good over the years as far as I know. I haven't been doing this all that long. I think, now that I think about it, I should be just about 2 years into YouTube TTM videoing, because I posted my first video in March of 2023. I do not remember the date. I actually went looking on YouTube to see if I could find it, and I could not very readily. So I'm going to just go on the presumption that this is about my 2-year anniversary episode, but I don't know for sure. And I expect to have at least one more this week, because these returns are coming in. All of these Cleveland returns are starting to come in. So that's it. Thank you again for watching. We have 6 new points for Team Cleveland in the Battle of the Teams, with Jesse Orosco, Frank Duffy, Jerry Reed, Pete O'Brien, Scott Bales, and Mr. Dennis Eckersley. So thanks again for you guys for watching. Please hit the like button over here. That helps out a great deal. If you're not already subscribed, do so over here. And just a reminder, Saturday is the end of the March giveaway. So if you have not already gotten in on that and would like to, go back to my episode number 175, and it will give you the instructions on how to participate in the giveaway. That's it for now. Have a great evening, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.